was July of '93. After the tour was over, Jean and I went and had lunch together. And so she started talking about the idea of doing a women's history project here, because there just wasn't that much history about women.
So Jean passed out one of her ubiquitous sampler, or a quiz, she called it, with about 30 questions, all about Nevada women's history. And of course, we all flunked, because I don't think there was anybody in the room but Jean who knew anything about Nevada women's history.
That's a good one. When Jean first came to talk to me in probably late 94 or early 1995 about the Women's History Project and wanted to see if the Nevada Women's Fund might be interested, I was thrilled. Jean just had a wonderful way about her that said, I think you need to get involved in this, and I said, right on. So I took it to the board of directors, and they were very enthusiastic about it, and they decided to make the Nevada Women's History Project a delegate agency.
And so in February of 1995, I was all of a sudden looking for a job. So the first thing I did was call Jean Ford. And then I had a job. I didn't have a salary for a while, but I certainly had a job for the next couple of years.
Jean was looking for particular people who were in selected occupations that she could then rope into being the person for that particular subject. So we had a brief conversation, and I told her my background, and that I, was an attorney and a history major, and I had been a teacher. And she got very excited and said, "You are my new expert on women attorneys in Nevada." And I said, "Well, really, the only thing I know is that there aren't very many of us." And she said, "Oh, but you have to go and find out all about the history of women lawyers in Nevada, and you are now my expert."
There was a national movement at that time for women's history projects, and she brought a concept, I'm pretty sure, a concept paper at that time, and she brought this article that was in some newspaper. She was really very clear about this whole organization and what it was going to look like and what it was going to do.
And the historians at the time were mostly men. She really buttonholed them and said, "You're only writing about men. You're writing textbooks." And she really badgered them into writing women into history. And that was the whole gist of it. She said, "How am I expected to teach women's studies? Where do I send my students to find out these things?"
From her teaching the course, Nevada Women Pioneers on the Frontier, Past and Present, there was a long list of women that she had put together. And we were all to go out and research. And it was to be sort of the genesis of other research that could be done.
I just can't say enough about the experience, and I just feel so blessed that I have been a part of it.